What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Writers' Room presented by Breaking and Entering. I'm Alan Hallis, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, host of the Mr. Nice Guy podcast, music director for Breaking and Entering, all-around good dude, my River West cohort, my partner in crime on this thing, Mr. Ben Slowey. Ben, how are you doing today? Did I miss any titles? I feel like I missed something.
No, you're
Mr. Nice Guy PR.
You're spectacular, Alan. No, I'm good. I had a productive day today. Trucked through some snow.
Yeah.
I had to bust out the snow boots today, which I hate wearing boots. I hate them. I don't know why. I just hate wearing boots. But it was just so bad out today. But I had to go vote, so went to go do that. And now the sun has come out and the clouds have broken up. So now it's just a matter of taking all of the snow that fell and moving it somewhere else. That's pretty much the next order of business. But yeah, I'll worry about that tomorrow. How are you, Alan?
I'm good. I did the moving the snow part already twice, and it sucks. Even with a snowblower, it sucks. I'm ready for it to be summer. I have this weird urge to just have a cookout and have a bunch of people over. Obviously, it's a little too soon for that. But cannot wait for that. But when the sun did get out, I managed to go walk the dog and listen to, I went back to Sum 41's first two albums for some reason, and it was the middle of summer for me instantly.
Well, people in Wisconsin will still have cookouts when it looks exactly like this out here.
You are exactly right. You are 100% right on that. We have a lot of great music that is in store for you this week. Let's kick things off with a video. This is a new one from Corey Piper featuring Wisco YD. I'm very familiar with Corey Piper. I was not as familiar with Wisco YD coming up, but both have a substantial following. So with that in mind, let's kick things off with a video. This is MIA. Check it out on the Writers' Room.
Bro, you ain't gonna believe what happened to my grandpa, bro.
What, OG?
OG, bro.
What happened?
They trying to take his church, bro.
His church?
His church, bro.
Bro, that's like everything he knows.
His
All his
lifeline.
people?
He had that for like 50 years, bro.
I'm saying, so what's he gonna do?
I don't know, but I know OG, before he made his transition, he from the streets, so.
He got down like that?
He got down like that, so it's gonna get ugly before
man.
he just gonna lay down, you know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy. They say money really changed people, bro.
It do root of all evil, man.
Wow. So what you think he gonna do?
I don't know, man. It's gonna get ugly.
Damn.
Yo, I got demons in my way, they been scheming in my face, that's why I've been in my head. I've been hiding in the lead. Keep them divas in they place, in arenas making plays. I've been them deposits on the way. We on lobsters and fillets. I've been talking up to God, yeah. Got the devil on my shoulder, trying to even out the odds, yeah. Cause I'm only getting older, woo. Saving private like I'm Ryan, yeah. I've been moving like a soldier, they been out here telling lies, yeah. So the truth is what I told them, yeah. This what they wanna see, what else they want from me? I be low-key with no company, people be talking that shit on the net, but then they never say it in front of me, They been focused on the memes, yeah. I've been focused on the streams, yeah. Know they notice how I blink, yeah. Know they notice in the team, woo. Cause we been winning championships. Said I'm just trying to see how many bands we can get. Said we been putting in work, yeah, we ain't playing with this shit. Said I ain't been to church, but I've been praying for this shit, baby. Amen. I got demons in my way, they been scheming in my face, that's why I've been in my head. I've been hiding in the lead. Keep them divas in they place, in arenas making plays. I've been them deposits on the way. We on lobsters and fillets.
It's evident that I'm up now, so I should probably just lay low. Goes on Jeff Bezos, loco for them pesos, tryna make more. They in safe mode. I'm in LA on Rodeo. We ain't got the same goals. Ace of Spade flow. Gold bottles, tryna bar no flow rider. No problems, niggas switching up like low riders. Globetrotter, touchdowning like 4 models. Yeah, cold world, won't save them no role models. Yeah, Spanish thinks she spicy. Deposit, that's my wifey. Yeah, book me, but I'm pricey. I need check like Nike. Yeah, this a different level. I keep disrespectful. Yeah, I got all my feelings, cause they ain't fit my schedule. Yeah. Cause these days that shit filled to the max. Every track I get on this slab, front it on me, now I get in the back. Model chick try and sit on my lap, Patron gotta try and sit on my face. But I got enough shit on my plate, I still pray cause
Yo, CP, my grandpa's just hit me, he wanna holler at us. He said it's urgent. Get me back instantly, bro. 100.
I got demons in my way, they been scheming in my face, that's why I've been in my head. I've been hiding in the league. Keep them divas in they place, in arenas making plays. I've been them deposits on the way. We on lobsters and fillets.
What? Y'all expecting somebody else?
All right, that was MIA by Corey Piper featuring Wisco YD. I gotta admit, I said that we had credits rolling, and I was expecting that to be kind of brief. I was not expecting that many credits, and we had pictures of everybody involved with the video. But you know what? That's kind of tight because like a lot of people are involved with production like that. So shout out to them for highlighting literally everybody involved with the video.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to artists that just invest in themselves and that elaborate production. We got a little Valerie Lightheart cameo in that video.
Yes.
So shout out to her. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Wisco YD. That was a great video. Like, it's a catchy song.
Yeah.
But also like, kind of dope how they played around with the themes there.
And we got a quick cameo from Old P, Simon Palm, who has appeared on Empire and other shows in the past. So he's one of those dudes that every time that I get in the same room with him and we get to talk about music, like it just goes and goes and goes, and we're cool with it because we both go way back in the music scene here. So shout out to see him doing his thing and acting too.
There you go. Yeah, staying well-rounded.
Yeah,
and that's there's a lot of creatives out here that do that, so good for them.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of creatives, a lot of great music happening on Breaking and Entering this week, within the last week since we last talked to you. All sorts of stuff. I have the trusty iPad here to cheat and check out what we're up to.
Before you go busting out the cheat codes, I'm gonna preface this by saying this is a very heavy week for us. I've been kind of filling our Google Doc of like what we cover every day. Like, all the slots are getting filled up. There's a lot dropping right now. A lot of Valentine's stuff.
Yep.
I kind of like didn't I didn't really foresee that being like a big catalyst for people to like.
Oh yeah. No, it definitely is. Yeah. So
a lot coming out.
I will say I have experienced in the past that holidays and significant days, for whatever reason, get people to drop a lot of music. So obviously Valentine's Day, but then New Year's is big because everybody wants to drop something for to start the year off right, kind of thing. April 20th, for some reason, there's a lot of music that drops on April 20th. I don't know.
I have no idea what's so special about that day.
I
That's such an
I don't know.
arbitrary day.
It seems to be, there seems to be a lot of songs about marijuana usage on that day. Who would have expected that? But yeah, it does seem like, certain milestone dates are reasons for artists to drop music, and then, for the next week, we kind of have to backpedal and go back and find everything that came out that way. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
So far this week, we've gotten a lot of content from a lot of different corners of the music scene.
yeah,
A lot of hip hop singles that have been dropping. Some We got some hip hop albums. We got a couple pop tunes. Bands are busy, hard at work right now. That new Reflection of Flesh EP came out this weekend.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna bring that up. Those dudes are super rad.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
a
to
sick.
see those guys a while ago now because obviously the pandemic, but a while, like really close to before things shut down. They played a birthday party at Company Brewing, and they filmed one of their videos there, and it was insane to see like a nice happy like birthday party. It was like Hawaiian themed. There's balloons and bright colors everywhere, and then a death metal band, or well, a very heavy band,
Yeah.
like Reflection of Flesh, just coming in and crushing it. But yeah, that new
Yeah.
EP is great. So make
Yeah.
sure you check that out.
They're a kind of band that I feel like you don't need to be super into metal to really get down with, because they're kind of like a groove metal band.
Yeah.
So like there's some stuff you can really like headbang to that isn't just so mindless, but there's like melody to it,
Mhm.
not, and that's not a knock on, more like straight death metal bands, but it's definitely like, I'm not a big metal guy, but that band I just really got down with, especially what they talk about on that EP. A lot of like talking about propaganda and shit like that that's relevant.
Yes. So yeah, that album came out. We got a project from West Nile Crows, which is Hans Jaeger's solo. It's a single. Hans Jaeger's solo project.
Yes, Hans has been teasing that new West Nile Crows material for a long time. He was doing a band for it on his own, like where it was called Peacebone originally, and then that became Deep State Park,
Okay.
and that was like its own thing. But then the pandemic made him turn like those songs that he was working on in that project into West Nile Crows, which is actually his old solo project.
Okay.
So he's definitely been in my DMs, telling me, giving me the updates and stuff. So we're gonna see more from him soon, and it's a really, really dope dream pop stuff.
Yeah. And I appreciate that there's always characters like that. There's always people in the Milwaukee music scene that are just like hyper creative, that have, a billion different things going on, and they're able to manage it all somehow. And maybe it doesn't all work together, but there are pieces that just mold together when while they're creating, which is super cool to see. So, and that's definitely one of them.
Yeah,
Um, Speaking of really creative stuff that came out, there's a new single from Joe Quinto that we just put on the website pretty recently called "Life of the Party." I won't spoil it for people. It is definitely a song that is ready for the summer fun kickback until you get to the last line of the song, and then maybe not so much. But if you have some time, check that one out. I could hear 99% of that song being played out at a party, but definitely a really really fun one. We got a song from Dash Cam and Pleasure Thief, Pleasure Cam as they're known.
yeah.
I'm excited about that collaboration. They said it's a one-off, but who knows? There could be things in the works there. And it's a return for both of them after both separately having children. Kat Reese had a baby sometime within the last year. I don't remember. and dash cam as well. I think like right before the pandemic, or maybe just after it began.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's dope that those two those two forces got brought back together. Both are amazingly talented artists and songwriters with just a really like abstract perspective of um like their creative process. And yeah, I actually still have to listen to that song, so I'm probably going to do that after this. We got a new song from Lucian Parker.
Yes, that one too is absolutely like serious club banger. That one, and he goes left of center on it too because it's not just a straight up like hip hop and R&B track. It really leans more into the party side of things. And I when I wrote that up on the website, I said that he might have jumped the gun a little bit because we're not ready for the world to open up and have clubs and parties like that. But trust me, the next time I DJ, that song is going to find its way into my set for sure.
Hell yeah, that's dope. That's how I feel every time I cover a Tombs song, which I covered another one today.
Yeah.
You know, he's a house producer, and all of his music is gonna get people out into a big synchronized dance number, like on the dance floor.
I like that.
And you know, it's just we have to stick to having dance parties like by ourselves in quarantine. But when house artists um are like and EDM artists, like when they make drops these days, it's like, man, we're really gonna have to like salvage these tunes for when the club opens back up,
Oh
because
yeah.
people need to enjoy these songs in full force and not just in their bedrooms.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna go back and retrospectively look at a lot of the stuff that comes out and have to re-experience some of that stuff out in public once we have the time to do that and we have the atmosphere to do that. I think that there's a lot of really great things happening musically, and I think that people are just sitting on so much content now that they've made within the last year that it's time for this stuff to start leaking out. And as the world begins to open up, hopefully we get to see a little bit more of that. Very quickly, speaking of the world opening up, the news today, Fiserv Forum is allowing 10% capacity for Bucks games. So with an anticipation of that becoming 25% after maybe mid March. So I know for the live music aspect of things, it's nothing super ground shaking yet, but it's another little baby step, and I cannot wait for live music to come back in some capacity, and this is just one more way to do it.
Yeah, that's been a recurring conversation on Mr. Nice Guy these days. Like, I feel like every musical guest I've had on the show is, you know, everyone is just yearning right now for, that just the community of people that just love the live music experience. And, there actually is something going on right now. I want to give a shout out to Midcoast. This
Yeah.
new like kind of I don't really know what to call them, action, like uh there's a group of social activists, but also are getting into this event planning, and they're putting on shows at the Cooperage every month,
Okay.
with limited capacity, featuring artists that are going to be um, raising donations for some kind of social justice um, cause or issue. And the next one is on February 26th. That's a Friday.
Okay.
So I saw like there's a couple bands like Peroxide is on the bill, Dog Bad's on the bill. We got a couple rappers performing. It's gonna emphasize like a lot of you know diversity and
Yeah,
really
I was
make
gonna
people
say
feel
that bill.
represented. Yeah,
Yeah, that bill is something. So
because like we need like there's Milwaukee's music scene doesn't have to be so homogenized like on the other side of this, where it's like it's all every bill is going to be all like, you know, 4 bands that all play like a similar style of music. Like,
Sure.
it's cool to bring this multi-genre, multi-scene bill to, you know, all foster that sense of community we've not only missed, but also fight for something that's right, that, you know, where we need justice. So shout out to Midcoast. I do implore everyone who's watching to check out the neat work they're doing, and if you can make a donation, please do.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's artists, you know, chomping at the bit left and right to get back out there and play and get back to the music. And speaking of getting back to the music, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into our second video of this week. It's from Cardiac to Pulse. The song is called Work. Really, really like this one too. It's quick and it hits you, and that's all it needs to do. So, Cardiac to Pulse. This is Work on the Writers' Room.
All right. Let me get it. Guess who out there talking what he living? Cutting up the work with precision. Going in, that's a business decision. Black ops, black box, boy, we on a mission. 40 stories up, do you see the vision? Told niggas to partner up, but they ain't listen. A lot of talking, no action. You a fuck boy if you don't work. Closed caption, niggas want babysitters. I ain't with the nannies, trying to turn these boys to men. But these niggas, and they out here popping zannies. I got work to do, I ain't fucking with you. I got kids to feed, fuck who talking on your news feed. I'm in the real life, nigga get a grip. Get a house to flip, get some money to sit. Get your neck licked, go fuck a bitch. Boy, I'm in the kitchen like I got that work. All I hear is talk, I don't see no work. Why you doing that? That don't get no work. Niggas run their mouth, they ain't doing no work. Work, yeah, I got that. 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 Work. We stay on our job around here, partner. We ain't on that. Ain't no slacking, we on you niggas ass all year though, you dig? Look who came back with the bounce. That plateau that you can't pronounce. Trying to cop the chateau with the money count. The tightrope flow, show balance when the pressure mounts. Yeah, I took the scale looking for them large amounts. Loose lips sink ships. It's grown man rap, boy, this ain't no little bullshit. No diss, I'm just clarifying. There's a distinction in the characters. There's a difference in the grind. 3 kids later and I'm still on mine. I'm just trying to get to work like Lux did. I ain't talking about the work that'll get bid. Everything high grade, we don't do mid. Everything high grade, we don't do mid. Boy, I'm in the kitchen like I got that work. All I hear is talk, I don't see no work. Why you doing that? That don't get no work. Niggas run their mouth, they ain't doing no work. Work, yeah, I got that. 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 Work. If you ain't putting in work, what the fuck you been doing all year, my nigga? Y'all niggas playing with.
All right, that was Work by Cardiac to Pulse on the Writers' Room. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody leaving comments. Berberich House saying, I love how badass this song sounds about working, but it's such a positive message. And it's true. You know, he is one of those dudes, Cardiac to Pulse, that, you know, chips away and makes sure that, you know, he's not the guy that's trying to get it immediately. He's somebody that really, like, builds himself. And songs like that do that for sure.
Yeah, he's got a point. You know, if people are lying around like waiting to be noticed, you know, waiting for that clout to rack up, but they're not, you know, they don't have the back catalog to show for it. What are you doing? You know, so I think Cardiac's got a great point. So like Anson said in the comments, I also really resonate with that message, you know, consistency, devotion, patience, all virtues.
Go to work. Yes, exactly. Well, speaking of work, we always give you some homework on the show. I know, not in the traditional sense, but Ben and I both have. That was a struggle to get to that segue. Um, Anyway, Ben and I both have extensive vinyl collections, as you can see. Mine is behind me. Ben runs through his apartment every week, blindfolded, and just picks a random record during the videos. So we both are going to select a record at random. It is your job to go and listen to it within the next week. Ben, what do you got for us today? At random, completely at random.
Nice. This is one that a very familiar album cover. Melophobia by Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
I remember when this record came out, I was a senior in high school. And like that was when Come a Little Closer
Yep.
was everywhere. Like that song
Yeah.
was on the radio like literally at like every hour.
Oh,
And
I
it's
remember.
actually honestly, like I never really got sick of that song. It's a really good song. But there's definitely like a heavy garage rock and even kind of a psych rock feel to this record. There's some great songs such as Spiderhead, Take It or Leave It, Halo, Cigarette Daydreams, another one that a lot of people will recognize. But when I saw Cage the Elephant at Lollapalooza in 2014,
Okay.
I just remember the lead singer, Matt Schultz, was just like, he's so rambunctious, like, with his stage dives and his antics and stuff. Probably drunk. Just from
Yes.
I've heard that's like kind of his thing. But
Yeah.
so Cage the Elephant. Most people who are into alternative indie music have probably heard of this and listened to this. So
Yeah, and to your point too, I remember seeing a live stream of a later Cage the Elephant Lollapalooza show. I believe he just wandered through the front row, basically up by the barricade for the duration of that song. Um, and it was one of the weirdest things to see because, again, you as a concert goer, you're probably like, "What is this dude on?" But it made it interesting. It made it fun. And I miss live music a lot now. The more that we've been talking about it.
it's a great live show. Like I'd recommend for anyone that just loves a really energetic rock show. Cage the Elephant's great.
Okay, so that's your record for this week. I'm gonna reach behind me. I never really reach into the shelf directly behind me, which I think is something. So I'm gonna just try and grab something here at random. Don't like that. I'm gonna go a little bit closer. I can just play with it and just do some shtick the entire time. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, Ben, as you know, I have a very extensive collection here, and a lot of it was inherited. There were some things that were found at rummage sales. This is the first time that I think that I've pulled a novelty record out, and that is exactly what I have here. This is the Budweiser Super Sox 76 Boston Red Sox Sports Calls one. It is it's play-by-play and interviews from the Boston Red Sox. This doesn't count as a music record, so I'm gonna just toss this one off to the side. If you don't mind, I'm gonna grab a second record. It's the first for the writer's room. No novelty records here, unfortunately.
Oh man, that's you know how sea shanties are like a thing again?
Yes,
like,
I'm
like
very aware. The internet loving some sea shanties right now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, let people dig into the Red Sox calls.
If you can find the Budweiser Boston Red Sox album, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a different record, same shelf, at least. What do we got today instead? I again grabbed two, but that's fine. I'm gonna go with the one that I saw first, which is Paul Simon's solo album. I believe his solo debut. So you can listen to that one. Paul Simon's debut record. Paul Simon's kind of underrated, and I don't know if this is me getting older, but Paul Simon's underrated for me.
Oh yeah, dude. Graceland is one of my favorite albums. Definitely.
I grew up and always thought that he was obviously very, very calm and peaceful and super lame, because I just listened to music that was completely the opposite of it. But even as recent years, like he's a dude that's aged gracefully. I don't know if you've ever heard Wristband by Paul Simon. They played it on 88.9 Radio Milwaukee a lot, and I really, really like that song. So, you know, obviously this is well before that, but his first album, the first Paul Simon record. Make sure you go check that out this week, and then tell us how it is in the comments if you like it.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to Wristband.
Yes.
Not sure if I know that one, but yeah,
it's one of those songs that it'll get stuck in your head for like 4 months, and you'll kind of hate it, but you'll kind of love it at the same time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so we have some crazy records. That's the first time we've pulled out a novelty record. I swear one of these times, Ben, I'm going to pull out a record made after the year 2000 for you.
I will believe it when I see it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, that kind of helps off the chances that you and I ever pull like the same record, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
that you got a good point. Yeah, we got the yin and yang thing happening here.
Sure. Yeah.
So with that, let's get into our last video for this week. If there's been a common theme of this week's show, it's been talking about live music. Cannot wait for it to come back. And this next band is one of those bands that I really cannot wait to see live again, because they kill it every time we see them live. They were formerly known as the Red Flags. Now they're known as Jazzcore Friction. You might not remember them if you're a casual Milwaukee music fan, but if you've seen them, you know them. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe them other than they just thrash all over the place. We had them open up for Abby Jean once at the Tonic Tavern, and they just tore shit apart, plain and simple. So
awesome. Yeah, their new record's coming out next week, so let's stay tuned.
There you go. All right, this is Jazzcore Friction. The song's called Lesser of Two. Check it out. It's on the Register.
With a face off the fish
All right, that was the new video from Jazzcore Friction. That song is called Lesser of Two. Obviously, a very political theme there, but the song also absolutely kicks ass. Those guys, like I said, thrash so hard. And you would think that a band like that just thrashes through a set, isn't the most technical of musicians, but there's a guitar solo in there. Like, they actually know kind of what they're doing there, you know?
Oh yeah. There may or may not be an episode with Mr. Nice Guy with Jonah that's in the chamber.
Okay.
So we'll be hearing more about that record and what that band is up to right now.
Yes.
In the next couple days, hopefully, if I can get my shit together.
Look at that. Look at that teaser. Speaking of which, yes, there are new episodes of Mr. Nice Guy coming up basically every day on Breaking and Entering for the rest of this week for sure. There's a lot of great guests that are coming on in the music scene, and just, general nice people that Ben talks to as well. But we got some great episodes up this week as well. There's an episode with Alexa that is up today. Just someone named Alexa is on the show.
Yes. Yeah. Alexa, that one came out, and it was great to talk to her because, she's only 20, but she has connected with some really amazing artists that have helped kind of help her find her way in, entering the industry and, kind of navigating how to brand herself and whatnot. And she's very humble, very awesome, very talented. So definitely check Alexa's interview out. We also we got an interview that went up today. It'll be on the site later this week, but the one with Sling Troubadour, who you saw me actually on this show actually invite him on to Mr. Nice Guy live.
Yes, he was in our comments. Yeah, he was in the comments trying to get that Mr. Nice Guy episode, and then it happened. Look at that. Things happen. That's actually kind of a really nice segue because we always try to end the show with a little bit of wisdom. And I will keep it short. That's kind of what we've been doing. But I want to say my thing for this week, and I kind of talked about it a little bit on Facebook this week. It sucks that you can create something and work hard to create something like we're doing here and then have an algorithm not show that to the world. And the way to get around that is if the people watching the show and the people are interacting with your show and sharing it via word of mouth or whatever. It takes nothing to do that sort of thing. There's no effort more than to just click a share button. So if you are watching this and you enjoy it, we're here every Tuesday at 5. Please check us out and tell some friends about us as well. So that's my wisdom for this week. Is support your creative friends. It's a roundabout way of saying it, but this stuff, we're on the internet. The internet is very, very big and full of content all the time. So if you enjoy what we're doing, please share that and tell a friend about it. That's my wisdom for this week. Ben, you have anything for us this week?
I'm going to make the exact same point you made, but about Mr. Nice Guy, and also about, if we cover your music on Breaking and Entering, because, people talk so much about how, there's nothing, there's nothing to really gain in Milwaukee music, and that, we're, and that people don't support each other, and that people can only be successful if they find a career somewhere else. But that doesn't have to be the case whatsoever. And it kind of frustrates me sometimes when I myself or you, Alan, cover an artist's release, or in my case, have them on Mr. Nice Guy, and they just don't share it, or they don't promote it. And it's I get that some people are a little apprehensive about promoting themselves, but that's what we're here for. It's we're here to help people feel like their art is resonating with others, and that that they're being seen and heard. and that, you know, like we actually like give a shit about you, to be pretty
Yeah.
blunt about it. And so like, you know, I get that, you know, some people aren't comfortable sharing their Mr. Nice Guy episode because they don't like watching themselves on camera or listening to themselves talk. I get that. And in that case, like, I give you a pass. But if you're going to ask me to be on the show and I post your, if you reach out to me and I post the interview and you don't share it, what are you doing? Come on. Like, give me a little story plug or something at least. And I want to give a shout out to Tyree Pope because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
He's has that same thing happen.
So,
yes, and that doesn't even go, you know, as for just us. That goes for your friends that are photographers, that are videographers. We talked about the Corey Piper video at the beginning that literally shouts out everybody involved with the production. Like, if you have creative friends, go support them. Share their shit everywhere because that's how we're gonna win against the big machine of the internet. You know, not to get all like conspiracy theory or whatever, but
no. Like, and
word of mouth is what you need. It's the best marketing.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm knocking anybody for like, you know, if we write their music up or do an episode with them and they don't like share it or show their fans or anything that like, yo, I got this write up. It's like I'm not knocking you for doing it. It's just more like I'm confused why you're not.
Yeah.
But I digress. I mean, we're you know, it can be a thankless job sometimes, and it can be a job that you know will take time to really like get people to recognize like the impact. You know, it's not like a
it's not an instant gratification thing.
No, it's not. And we've been humbled by that time and time again over the years. Like, I've been writing for the site for 2 years now and definitely get that. And so, you know, all we can do is just keep mining the scene for dope new music and share what we think is great and what needs to be platformed. So
yeah, definitely. And that's a great chance for me to plug our shit on the way out. So don't forget, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can check out new music every single day from both Ben and I at breakingandentering.net. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. We are literally all over the damn internet. We got a podcast that is coming back in March with some nice guests. We got a radio show that is every week on Spotify and then on a bunch of online radio stations all over the world. We have an e-newsletter. We have literally just about everything. However you like to consume content, Breaking and Entering is probably there. In the meantime, have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next time on The Writers' Room.